I didn't know when it started, so it doesn't matter how it starts, does it?
Well, it's your video, so.
Oh, it's our video. Sometimes I just like to record life, and then just like I'm not. I hate those YouTubers that like have that fake ass energy. That hey guys,
Hey
yeah,
guys.
exact. It's like the influencer. I just hate how just YouTube and all of that has just become so uh, marketable, where you can't do something that's like not the best quality, but you could see the potential. Like I hate that we can't do potential anymore. Like let them cook. Like it had like even let them cook has died down. I still say let them cook, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And how like internet slang, even though it's just AAVE that that people got their grubby mitts on. Nah, I'm serious. I'm going to recoin Ebonics. Like I'm gonna bring Ebonics back. Call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, maybe I should leave it alone. I don't know why it was called Ebonics in the first place. But like, I always like I loved watching YouTube videos when I was a kid. I used to watch Equals Three, but that host was racist, and he's the reason why we have the videos that we do now. But at least he was entertaining. He showed internet clips. He had funny commentary over it. I think dude dropped from college to do that, and now he's like a millionaire. So that's why I'm like, let me do it, but my way. I hate doing it other people's way. I don't want to be a clone. You know, you ain't got nothing to say.
No, I used to watch DIYs and like room tours.
You was one of
Yeah.
them. I don't think it's bad. I think like we all get into that same phase. Like I think the truth is, guys probably get into the internet more for like the action and because or porn. Like everyone gets into the internet because of porn, but um, nah, we like I got into it because of anime. I thought like it was boring looking at a house. Like who's like we already live in a house. Why would I look at another house?
To get like ideas of what you want in your room, like room decor.
See, for boys, like we didn't even get to pick the house. We just like we had to. We wouldn't even be in the house. They were like, "Get out the house. You got to go down the street. You got to work hard." My dad and stepdad, they were both. You know they was taskmasters. They like you're supposed to mow the lawn. I'm 12. I had zero hearing protection, zero. Like my ears are shot because they didn't tell me mowing the lawn for like longer like it hurts your ears.
Mm-hmm.
They said it built character. What tinnitus can't a deaf one? Like I can't.
Mm-hmm. No, I used to cut up old water bottles though, and then paint them, and then and listen, and then I used to put pencils in them and use them as pencil cups. 5 minute crafts. You
Yeah,
didn't watch those?
no,
You never watched 5 minute crafts?
no, I had to watch I think it was like Joe Fix It or some autos on YouTube because my dad would be like, "We gotta fix, he gotta fix this the radiator, the AC didn't work." I'd be like, "Dad, I'm tired." Oh, he said, "Lefty loosey, righty tighty." I was sitting. Oh. And why would you need? How many water bottles did you need? How many pencil cups?
Listen, it was to save the planet.
It's like,
Why would I go out and buy a pencil cup when I can just make it
who
myself?
buys pencil
And
cups? That's the problem. They made a solution to a problem that never existed.
there are people out there who buy pencil cups or pencil cases.
Yeah.
It was for organization purposes.
Nah, that's true. I probably needed that when I was a kid, but it's like I showed up. I just like anytime I went to school, I just rip up the pencil, the plastic bag with all the pencils, just like basically put them in there. Usually I just keep them in that same bag,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like pull one out anytime I needed it.
Mm.
But I would never have them. And mechanical pencils were like rich people fancy stuff, so I was like, oh, I can't afford that.
Nah, I've used my wooden pencils all the way until the end. Like the size of my finger. Because I was always about saving the environment.
It sounds like I picked the right one. That's commitment right there. That's I can't do that. I always lose the pencils. No, until I got my one, and then I'll just be like me and that one pencil locked in. But
I would not move on to the next pencil until I went to the very end of one, and then I would switch over and get a new one.
I'd have to rob pencils. Like I had to I'd be the one that finds a pencil on the ground in the hallway and pick
You
it
was
up.
one of them.
Cause like I was struggling. Like the thing about it is like you forget that we was in a recession.
Nah, I hated guys like y'all. I had this one guy. You know those pencil grippers.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of those and it bounced on the floor. And then this guy. Okay, so
he did the foot and then
he took it, and I was the only one in the class who had that specific brand in that only color, and he gaslit me so hard. But everybody knew it was mine, and he was a black sheep, so basically he sat in the corner and everybody else sat at tables. You know he was lying.
Yeah, but you needed to let that go. Like sometimes,
No.
like see that's the thing. You have privilege. Boy didn't have privilege, and then everybody knew it. It's like sometimes you just want something to look nice.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes you gotta still look nice. That's what my boy did. Free my man. He forgive my man.
No.
He probably was thinking you was cute, and he said, "Come on, Ebony, one day you'll be mine."
And then, oh my gosh, in 8th grade, I had a pencil. It was a mechanical pencil. It was orange. The girl sat literally right next to me. I didn't have any other pencil. She took my pencil, said it was hers. And I was like, no, that's mine. And she put it on her dead brother that it was hers. I was like, no, I know for a fact that is my pencil.
Damn, she must like your brother. Like, ooh.
They lied so hard.
That's what they did in Among Us. They was lying on everybody's name.
No, I was terrible at that game. I always got voted out.
I was in the military at the time when the game was popping, and I didn't have anything to play it on because it was a PC game. And then but it was popping because of COVID and its simplicity. But like memes kind of killed it, and it was a good game for like community. I just it was a real good game for everyone, but that's what always ruins stuff. Like they would make something that's like for adults that look kid coded, and then they would just do this weird thing where it's like they try to swing it to be more for kids while keeping like the horror themes, and it just never works. That's why they always die. Like Huggy Wuggy dead, Five Nights at Freddy's dead. Like I hated that time when like everyone would make horror games and it'd be like jump scares. Like the Huggy Wuggy thing, I'm glad that's when I knew it was like dying. I was tired of watching Corey Kenshin and Verleezy and all of them. Like it'd be like, look at this horror game, and then just like this doll is cursed. Ooh, I'm like, damn.
You didn't what?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you could have just played it on your phone, right?
Among Us?
Yeah.
How?
It was on the App Store.
I thought it was only on PC at the time.
No, I was playing that game on my phone.
See, I didn't have friends like you. I didn't have the privilege. I had to go fight for my country.
Okay, but did you have a TikTok?
I did.
You could have found out they're there. That's how I.
They didn't. My TikToks. What time did that come out? Like 2019, 20.
No, before that.
Oh dang.
I remember the exact month I got TikTok. It was December 2019. Everybody else had TikTok except for me, and that's when that's when I started high school. But
I did the same thing. I was like, TikTok's stupid.
yeah.
And then I got in, and everyone's like, I want to be Tracer. I want to be Widowmaker. Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? And nah, but I was just that's when people were doing that pyramid scheme where they were like, oh, if you give $50 to you get 5 people, and then they give $50 to you, and then they go start and get $50. I was like, what? And I was like so confused because I was like, okay, but where does the money? Like someone tried to get me into that pyramid scheme, and I was just like sitting there thinking, okay, but where is the $50 coming from? And I'm like sitting here trying to do the math, and this is like, you could tell as a society that we've grown by the levels of scams and how complex or how simple that they feel now. Like looking back now, I feel so much like stronger, smarter, better, because like if I went back in time and I looked at that and I'm like, I would feel like I was in kindergarten. Like, how did this scam go so far, so quick? And you realize it's because of internet trends. Who was saying it? Like, sex sells. I was like, this was a key to like internet scams, and people probably did it. I had 3 people try to scam me. They were supposed to be like friends, or like they were old high school classmates. I'm like, nigga, did you just try to scam me? I remember I tried to talk to like this old classmate. I'm talking about like I knew her from elementary school. I was like, hey, how's it going? I haven't heard from you. I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, you wanna do this? You know, you just give 50. I was like, did you just, man? Oh my god. That's the sad thing. You haven't gotten to that point where like you see your high school friends fall, or like they're classmates, but I still say that they friends in a way.
Mm.
It's weird watching some of them go to jail. It's weird watching them. What's it called? Uh, like not do so well in life because like you were so close as peers, and it's like when you a few years. I'm talking about like, heck, how many years am I out? Because I graduated 2017. You don't know nothing about that. 2017. And so that's like 6, 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Out of. So that's a long time. You might not think it is, but that's a long time to not see somebody like 2, 3 years, and then just watch them like, start to use drugs or vapes. Like sometimes like they still look young but old at the same time. Like it tears at them. You see that like in that span like of 3 years, you could see somebody get married, divorced, and bitter. 3 years, it make you scared. That's why I'm like, listen, I really wanted this relationship, and I really do the work and effort so it never ends up like that.
Mm.
Because I'm not, because I'm smart enough to realize I could do those same mistakes. I'm not saying that I could never be in a position. I could, and that's why I'm trying not to be. But you see it, and you like, dang, why did this not work? And you just see, sometimes you just see how young that they actually were and how they grown. That's why I'm like, don't make decisions now. Like stop looking at being 20 as being an adult. I think that societally wise, we need to stop looking at like 20 as like a grown mature adult. Like I'm even realizing that I don't know all these things. Like I'm 25. I know quite a bit, but like there's things I'm like I've never experienced, I won't experience, And I'm saying this from a perspective of my body functioning as it should, for the most part, like without the getting shot in the knee. When you get older, your decisions, because your body might not function. Like you go, ooh man, my hip, and your hip literally take you out the game for months. Like you seen on my back, and my back is like it's bad, but it's definitely not as bad as some of these other 20-year-olds. Like even you know how you said you might work a trade.
Yeah.
Like I hate when people try to make working a trade like it's not a difficult thing, or it's just like something that's lesser than college. That's not like my.
I've never said that.
I know. I'm saying that, but people kind of treat it like that, like how they say it. Not you, but like they say like, oh, a trade is a good alternative, but slightly lower than college, and like some people just like have this like weird scale. That's a tough job. Doing a trade is like a lot of like mental, physical labor. Um, it throws you into the workforce very quickly. Like, so I did military, so it's like I say it's in between like all three. Like I say it's like a trade plus college, but more trade. You get a little bit of this knowledge, and then you're thrown. Like the conditions are like vastly different because they're just like trying to push you out, and you're like, okay, screw this, screw that, got it. Then you go to the real thing, and then you realize it's not just the screw in, screw out. It's the people around you. You got to deal with the dumbass people. Like you like, hey bro, we just need to unscrew these screws. It's 7 screws. Here's a screwdriver. Unscrew these things. You come back, all the screws are stripped, and you like, how, why did you? The worst part is like they will strip the screws, the one screw, and then they'll go on to the next. Like if you couldn't do it the first time, why did you try again? You made this for like I'll give you 2, but why do it again? I was so mad, and it was like, and we were both like low level enlisted, so it was like I didn't have no hierarchy over them. But it made me like realize like I don't want rank, I don't want leadership, I don't want like this little bit of hierarchy did not make me feel good, and then I realized, oh, that's what being a leader is like. It's very little like benefit, but like imagine that in a trade like electrician or like plumbing. Like, well, I actually did some of those things, but like people think that they're just gonna go there, they're gonna make bank. No, the money you make, first off, like when you're first doing it, you're going to be a slave. Like they were giving you the bare minimum that you would need to function and survive, and then put you into perpetual more debt. Like they give you some money more than like the common average folk, because like they know you're gonna do some stupid stuff and get in some debt. Like every tradesman I feel goes by a truck or like a Jeep or like a car that makes no sense for them to have, just for them to like feel big and then need to continue that job to pay off the truck, just for it to be a pavement princess. What do you think? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep yapping. Like, and you know what? I'll also say, like, with the military, I hate going to the military bases. There's always somebody with a truck that never uses the truck for trucking purposes. To be honest with you, they need to bring back smaller trucks. Like, have you ever had a Ford Ranger?
No.
That ain't no stranger. That's a Ford Ranger. Oh my God. That's a truck. That's a truck right there. See, all these people with trucks, I don't like them. Like these F-150s, these Dodges, whatever. Most of them, they're big for no reason. They cause accidents. They put these lights on it. and they doing this just like to fill their ego. But they never really be hauling anything. They occasionally haul stuff when they gotta move from a house, which is nice. Not 60K nice. Like I could just rent out a truck and then just use the truck one time and then keep with my Camry. I love the Camry. You know I love the Camry. Like and people in fact I'm mad that people keep trying to like shit on like sedans or regular small size cars, because it's like you, why you need a truck, why you need a SUV. I see most of them just driving by themselves, like you don't even have a family. Uh like you and me.
They won't have to get ready if they stay ready though.
But you not staying right. There's a thing about like being prepared, and then there's overconsumption. Like buying what you need when you need it right now. That's why I'm saying like systems are messed up, because like they're buying ahead of time, which sounds smart, but like you're wasting fuel, time, and positions when you could just easily get a sedan, and then when it's time when you actually have those kids, trade it in, buy the sedan. Because like the extra space that you're getting, you like yeah, there might be a time where it's convenient or you just like stuff it in there, sure. But if you're driving it by yourself for the most part, why do you need a V8? And most of those people that get sedans are always getting like BMWs, Porsches. They're getting like big fancy cars that they waste a lot of gas to go do what? To do what?
Like just to look nice.
Exactly. But it causes all this pollution. It causes all this it be making me mad because like I gotta actually go somewhere and I can't take the train or the bus because you know I love the train and the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Causing traffic because they can't drive because they always have their phone in their face. Like, no, I can do Apple CarPlay. And they playlists suck. Like, it'd be nice, air conditioned, heated seats. I hate being in the car. I just hate being in the car. I don't want my car to be that comfortable. If I'm
no, that's because you're the one driving.
Yeah. So it's like they be buying these fancy cars that look nice to be comfortable in a place that you shouldn't be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable in my car. I want it to be as like, yeah, I want it to be air conditioned. I want like a decent, like just to listen to some music, but I want that shit to be uncomfortable so I can get the hell out of there, that I'm staying awake. Like if you have the what next? They're gonna put massage chairs in the.
They've already done that.
Yeah,
I know Mercedes done that.
Exactly, and that's why people keep getting into car accidents, because they keep trying to be, ooh, this is kind of nice. It's giving me a.
Well, that's more so for the passengers.
Listen, I think that the passengers should be uncomfortable too, or give them Xanax. I don't care. It's like. Then make luxury cars mandatory taxis or Ubers. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause like people be buying the cars and the drivers be too comfortable. And then I gotta worry about and you know what? I hate the high end cars that be driving down the streets with them old dudes that like they be having money. I hate seeing them because like, I try to drive safe. I do. But nothing makes me more anxious than seeing that car, because I'm like, my insurance can't pay for that. And you driving that to look cool because you're going to do a midlife crisis makes me uncomfortable, because like it's like, first of all, it's a waste of money. Like, it's a waste of money. Like, you didn't need that. You did that because you want to relive your young, youthful years.
It's just a status symbol so people know that they have money.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, it makes me tired, because I'm like, you could have helped out the community. It just shows me you are a terrible elder. Because like, imagine like you starving, you hungry, you doing what you need to do in life. and nobody invests in you, and you see an old man riding a sports car to go drive a boat to nowhere because you ain't got nothing to do, and he talking to an 18-year-old. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always just, oh yeah, she was my daughter's friend in high school, and it just so happened like it happens every time, and like nobody talks about how it just like trickles down, right? Like it's like those things are the warning signs, but people don't treat them like warning signs. If I see a man go through a midlife crisis, I'm immediately alerted because like what causes a midlife crisis? They think a midlife crisis is normal. A midlife crisis is not normal. That means you didn't do something. You recognize you didn't do something, and now you're trying to do all of those things later down in life. You were repressed. Midlife crisis and menopause means that you are repressed and you now trying to make up for it, and that's dangerous for us all because like you should have just when you was that age you should have just talked and sold your loins. I don't even say sold your loins because that sounds like way worse. You should have just found love then, because like coming back like boomerang doing all this work ethic means that you have all this money and you got that all that emotional repressedness and you can't ever get that back, and that's like a warning sign. You know, me and you, like we're gonna marry for love, and it's like the truth is like we're gonna struggle. Like, but love is a struggle. That's not bad. It doesn't have to be the worst struggle. Um, but like marrying for finances sounds great, and then it's like when you finally get to a position, but you if you marry for finances, I know I'm jumping around, but if you marry for finances, eventually you won't develop the skills on how to find out love. You'll only know how to handle the financial thing. And then when it's time to actually, uh, when someone actually loves you and you love them, you don't really know how to love yourself. You know how to buy gifts. You know how to fake laugh in front of people. But you're just going to use the same skills that you've been using the entire time. We're very intelligent, but we can't just come. You can't create something out of nothing. That's why women like fantasies. Like I say, white women, because like they believe they want to believe that you can just come up with that and they can get that, and that's what keeps them going. That fantasy instead of actually learning how to develop those skills. And guys the same way. In fact, guys are the most emotional creatures. I say like it's a different set, so it's not like one's better than the other, but like guys are very emotional. That's why when you say, and when I'm being a little goofy and you say, hey, calm it down, you know, you see me out just no, that, you said you hate me. It's like serious. Or it's like when we make a mistake and we at least yesterday when I made that mistake, it's just like no one like you're the first person to ever say, hey, you made a mistake. It's not the end of the world. I understand. You know, it was like it's okay. Cause like when you born a boy, especially in a black household, any mistake could be your end. You know, Trayvon Martin Skittles. You like, hey, if I walk outside at night because I want some Skittles, that could be my last night. If I accidentally, you know, break somebody's cup in a store, I don't got the money to pay it. I go to jail. They're not gonna let me pass. When you if you try to talk to a girl and it seems like it's going well, then the next day you say something that they don't like, or their parents find out that they talking, and they say, hey, can we meet up, and the parents find out, you going to jail. That's a mistake. That's you're always, or you're always on edge. No one ever gets to tell you, hey, you know, like you shouldn't do this next time. There's not a next time for us. At least Like you pray to God. Like it makes next times like a privilege. The safety net on a tightrope is a privilege apparently, not mandatory. So like that's why I be up at night. I'm like, did I make this mistake? Is this gonna be my end? I wake up at night. I be like I look around. I'm like, dang. Like I wake up happy because I'm like, it didn't kill me this time. But I'm like, but next time, and it's like, dang, it's it's like it's a draining thing. But I can't like I know what's the problem, but it's like it's not for me to solve because it's like I'm doing the best I can. It's everybody else got to step up. But like, how do you get the words when people don't refuse to like allow you to even educate yourself? When no one gives you access to books that are fair. Like you know.
I just don't know.
Like, well, yeah, you. Like, I even say with the weirdness of like the dark skin, light skin. Like, I say a lot of black men, a lot of black people in general. Like, the attraction that we have to like lighter skin is more of a survival that has turned like to make it palatable for us has turned into like a fetishizing it. I actually love you. I'm like, listen, I love you. I love you as a person. I love like every aspect about you. But I can't deny that it's also survival. I love that I'm like, with her, I can feel comfortable that I feel like my kids are going to live. They're not going to lose all of their dark skin features, but they are going to get lighter skin features. And they can live and they can walk through school without going through the same harassment or fetishization. Now I know the great switch, as we talk,
the great shift.
But I don't like the great shift. What happens is still a dark skinned person is not treated well. They're just not being abused in the same way. So like instead of like them like, ew, you're ugly, they're like, oh, you gotta perform. You gotta act. And if you don't act the way that I want you to, you're boring. You're undesirable. It might not be ugly, but it just becomes you're a toy that's not doing what I desire you to do. But that comes with like this privilege. I ignore every black person on TV, on media, on all of that to a certain level degree. The reason why is because like after a while you can't not be tainted. You're exposed. Like even every like woke black person is going to be exposed or is going to show themselves eventually. It's not saying don't ever do it, but just know when to bow out. Like you know how I said with the jokes, like I said, hey, I know when a joke ends.
Yeah.
So you never see me like even I will put a stop to a joke, even when it seems like it's going good, because like I know if I milk the joke dry, I can never use the joke again. But if I let it sit, I come back to it, I can use it again. That's the comedic brain. That's the understanding of how people work. That's why trends die. That's why slang dies. Language, because it's not slang, it's language. And I know, like with black people, it's the same way. When I see them on TV, even when they being woke, if I keep seeing them, I start to become suspicious of them. How are they gonna let you say all this? Why are they letting you say all this? Oh, they trying to get me to feel like I'm comfortable with you. You gonna sell me out because like the revolution will not be televised. one person is not going to be the source of all your information. I'm not going to be somebody. I should never be someone's complete source. Because guess what? I'm not always right. I'm willing to admit that. And I would sell out too. If they started giving me 100K, I might say some stuff. Hey, try Dr. Pepper, man. Listen, try Pepsi, bro. It won't burn you inside. Not too much. You like it. Come on. You like the crispy taste. I'll say whatever. And there ain't no shame in my game because I'm going to say, if you put me up to like financial struggle, after I've lived like a certain level, I found a comfort. Not comfort. I'm talking about like actual comfort. I'm not talking about like living luxury. I'm saying like I actually found a lifestyle that suits me, that I'm like I can maintain, that I know my work ethic can maintain. I might be willing to say some stuff, or I might just bow out completely. I feel like I'm more of the bow out type. Like I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say nothing. I might sell some likeness to some stuff, but like if you ask me, I'll be like, listen, you just look at the contract, bro, and just turn my head away. Cause like the problem is they want revolutionaries to give their life to the revolution, and that's not fair neither. I'm not like that pro like anything. I'm pro me. I'm pro you. I don't want to die like Malcolm X. Because, like he said, I'm probably a dead man already. He started laughing. I was like, you know what? I thought about it. No man should ever, die like that. He did what he did. He didn't realize, hey. But, like, after he already knew he was dead, he kind of had a chuckle. And it was just like, he was content with that. Like, he said, oh, I made my bed. Perhaps I went too far. It wasn't saying what he was saying was wrong. He shouldn't have had to say that by himself. They need to dissipate the revolution. Everybody needs to be a revolutionary. It can't be one revolutionary. All need to be a revolutionary. The wealth needs to be, and I'm saying that I'm not taking all the weight. I'm not going to be that person, because guess what? They keep lynching the revolutionaries. I don't want to die. I don't want to die at 25 and be like, he was a revolutionary. He's going to be remembered. I'm not. There's going to be somebody else that is doing or saying the same thing, and they're going to die too. And I don't want to die. Especially, listen, I'm saying this on camera. If I somehow get on a tree, they lynched me. They took away one form of suicide from black people, and that's literally hanging yourself. Black people will actively, even when you're like, this is it, she took the kids, and then they look at the rope, you can't, I'd rather, like, there's other forms of suicide. I would never do that one. And they know that if I do, if it's done, then they'll say, you committed suicide, and they'll laugh at your face, because like, and to be honest with you, that's what you get. I say, like, let's stop trying to like get a system to care or like hold it accountable in its own rules, and be like, how does this keep happening? We know how. I'm not saying like as my sympathies don't go out, but it's like you keep trying to participate in the system, like work within the system, and it's like, if once you know the game, that's it. Like, I hate to be that guy, but the rules are done. They're set. The rules don't change. Make a different version of the game. If anything, include those rules. But if you have to leave the whole game for them to say, like, if they say that they're not going to add any more rules, believe them. They're not going to add any more rules. They're not going to add any more rules to benefit you. So leave the game. It sucks for you in the short run. And hey, you might live, you might die. Yeah. You might be like, oh, well, I'm not going to play to the rules. I'm going to go die. Like, guess what? I'm like, yeah, then go die then. Because it's better than then playing to the rules, right? Then you're not ready. If you ready, if you really about it, you never have to convince yourself you're really about it. It's like us dating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gonna move my hand?
No.
No. Okay.
Just...
No. Listen, it's like when you're dating someone, you are ready. You both feel like when you're ready. You don't have to go like you might be hesitant at first, but that's like building. That's just like learning somebody. That's um but there's never a time where you feel like you gotta hide something. Like you gotta lie about something. When you're going through something, you might not have the strength to tell me all of the details, but you'll be like, yeah, I'm going through something and it's really a struggle. I'm like, I already kind of assumed that. You need some time. Do you want to talk about it right now? No. But will you talk about it? Yes. There will be a time. Embarrassing moments, strong moments, struggles. Like there's not like a just a positive. It's not just a negative. It's all. Like I'd never have to lie to you because I can't lie to you. It's if I come in here and I did something suspicious, you gonna know I did something suspicious because you go start scratching my neck and stuff, be like looking around, like you already gonna know. And if it's really bad, you can tell.
Yeah.
There's no point in lying. And it's the most liberating, freeing thing because I already know that you know, or you're going to find out. I know this person. It's just like, do you genuinely like this person? And people need to ask themselves, do you genuinely like the person you are? And if the first thing you say is, well, I like what they do, don't be with them. Mm-hmm. If you be like, but we've been together for a long time, don't be. I don't care if it's like 7 years or if it's 20 years. Or J. Cole said it. You came a long way, but you went the wrong way. Go back. I don't care if I have to circle the globe. I don't care if I have to walk the ends of the earth. Like, yeah, I'm not going to like it. I'm going to be like, this sucks. I'm going to complain the entire time. But I'm going to do it. It's not, like, people say, like, a good relationship. A good relationship is kind of like, it's a little interesting. It's something that you want to keep, like, going back to. But it's like more of like a silent interesting. It's like watching a documentary. It's like watching eggs hatch. You've seen it 1,000 times. It's like it's exciting when you see it, but you don't go out and look for it all the time. You know, like have you ever seen eggs just hatch out of an incubator?
No.
Oh, it's a really cool thing to do. But like it takes days. Like they'll have like a countdown timer. They'll be like so and so days since they should like the scientists have predictions on when they're gonna hatch and when there's suspected days, and then like the day of, like they'll be like, hey, this should be around the day that they're hatching, and you're like, okay, cool. And you just watch them hatch out the shell, and then people are like, ew, and then everyone kind of moves on. It's like literally like a 10-minute thing, 5 minutes, and then like everyone just kind of like moves on. But it makes your day better. You don't talk about it like, did you see the eggs hatch? Yeah. That was cool, right? Yeah. That's it. That's it. It's just a moment. I think everyone wants to be entertained 24/7, like Love Island. They want everything to be so, like, yeah, and then this, and then this, and then this, and they want to just regurgitate the whole entire TV show and talk about it. But like, the experience is so overwhelming that it overwhelms your entire being. Like, you don't feel connected to it. Or it's like, if you do feel connected to it, it's because you're trying to live vicariously through them. Like, the reason why it hurt so much with Jeremiah is not because of, like, his player lifestyle. It hurt because I knew how it feels to be singled out, and no matter what you do, someone is plotting against you. And that's what made me so irritated and so connected. Because I felt like he was, like, even if he was doing something wrong, he wasn't doing wrong enough to deserve that. He didn't have any friends. He didn't have, like, it got clicky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what the hell did he do? And the only reason that they went after him was because the presumption of who he was, and the fact that he was willing to still be authentic and fight back. He wasn't willing to commit, and that's why he got off. And I'm like, nah, I fuck with that. I don't know how he is as a person. Maybe he wrong. Maybe. But like now, I don't care to watch the show because I don't want to watch somebody that's like playing a rigged game. That's a popularity contest. You have to play it like this. This is how I want you to play. I don't want to play like that. These are within the rules. You don't like me because you can't control me.
Well, I think they only voted him off because they all wanted their share with the new girl.
And that's all I'm saying. That's not love. Like, how's it gonna be called Love Island? And when someone genuinely finds a connection, or is like wanting to see that connection, like that's why like love can't be rigged like that. There's no rules to love. And it's like they want they show. That's Lust Island. That's why I don't like the show. It's just like it's not anything to do with love. They want people to twerk. They want people to wear high heels. They want people to ignore that their periods and ignore when you're depressed or you're getting abused. They don't want to talk about the heavy subject. It's like they want to just shove things in your face and say, listen and absorb this entire experience so I can live vicariously through you and only have the positive experiences. But none of that's healthy. Like, it's healthy in a way if you're repressed, but it's like you can't have one without the other. Love is more, like, love isn't boring. Love is it's actually longer. It's more stretched out. And it's like a preference that you'll go. That you say, like do you like what's your favorite juice?
Orange juice.
Orange juice? Yeah. Orange juice or lemonade?
Lemonade.
But you like both, right?
Yeah.
It's like that. That's what love. It's just like, yeah, I'll choose. Like, I have the option of getting orange juice, but if I had lemonade, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like, even when you say it, it's like kind of like a slight pick me up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if I said, hey, lemonade or $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah, that's not love. That's like, that's. You need that. You're like, hey, I don't have to, feel pains or struggles or like I have an abundance of this. I can buy more lemonade with this. And it's not even a fair comparison. It's so weird. And that's what people keep comparing like love to like needs. It's like, yes, if you brought me up in that way, you're like, oh, love loses. If you really loved it, you wouldn't have picked $1 billion. Like, no. That's like, it's you're dangling a life without torment. Like, you want a set of freedom. You want like a liberation from the grief. Like, you like lemonade. And you have a history towards it. You have, like, I used to drink lemonade with my grandfather. Those special moments, what it brings, it has a history. But if I'm dead, I can't even share that history. I can't even have those thoughts. To dangle money in someone's face because it's more of like, you know, that you wouldn't even give me like a real offer. You wouldn't give me something that's fair that I can live. Now, if I was living comfortably, like I'm saying, like I in my house has been treated with care. I'm treating it with care. I'm able to maintain it to a working condition, and I have the money and the resources to keep that condition going. I would turn down that $1 billion. And I guarantee you, I promise you, in my heart, a lot of people would too. They want to make it sound like a lot of people wouldn't do that. But like, I believe that a lot of people would. Because a lot of people don't want to be rich. They want to be secure. That's the problem. And people will turn down things that they love because they know that if they chose what they love, they'll always resent and regret, because they'll never be able to keep or maintain that love anyway. If you're dying, one more drink, like, well, if you're like, if it's killing you like 15 years, lemonade's not gonna satiate you. You know, you love something, but it doesn't mean you have to fully love one thing. Like, I love you, but like when you know we're getting older, I'm like, hey, I also want to love other things. Love is not like that. Like, not, I don't have to love someone else. Like, I need another woman. I mean, like, I want to love my kids. I want to love a dog. I want to love an activity. I want to go skiing or find something else new to do. Love is not something that, like, oh, okay, this love is the one thing. You find the love of your life, and you will never love anything else. Love everything. Find every reason to love everything. Like the blinds. If you say, hey, I don't love those blinds, go find the blinds that you love. The curtains, the design, the pencil case. But like what the society that I see today is like slavery. No, it is slavery. And it reminds me, I don't know if you ever like listen to stories about like slave masters, or I say enslavers, because they're not masters of anything, to enslave people. But one of the tactics that they used is, during Christmas, the enslaver would come uh, into the living quarters, the barns, the slave cabins, whatever you want to call it, and they would force the black people to drink and wear fancy suits for Christmas. And they would say, "Yeah, no, this is what we do in the big house," you know. So they force them to drink, and then they'll be like, "Here, I'll pour you another shot." And even if the black person's like, "No, I don't want to," they're like, "No, this is what we do in the house. You got to drink." And they keep forcing them to drink until it's like I'm talking about like 8, 9, 10 shots deep, and they'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, no, this is what we do." Make it falsifying how they're actually living, and the black person will get so sick that the next morning they'll be like so hungover, and they'll be like, "Oh, if that's what they're doing, if that's what life is outside of, you know, picking cotton, I would rather pick cotton. That sounds terrible." And it was a way of manipulation and control, a false reality. They don't live like that. They might drink sometimes, but they don't drink like that. At least not all the time. It was a tactic of manipulation. That's why when people say and speak about love, they make it sound like, okay, you love one thing and that's it. And then they overdo it with love, and they say, you don't even need love. Look. And then they'll say, look at somebody's life who lived in love. And then when you actually ask those people, like who had a bad time in love, explain what they loved. Explain how they loved that person. Explain what about that person. And most times, it's not love. They'll be like, well, they looked pretty in the beginning, which I loved that. And then they cooked food that I like to eat, and I loved that. Or they'd be like, uh, they we knew each other for a long time, and I loved that. But they never really talk anything else. Like, what were things that you didn't love about them? What are things that you wanted them to work on? What are things that could have saved it? What are things that they kept doing throughout the relationship that lasted forever? And what were things that were wrong with you? Because like any relationship should be a reflection of self. It should be like being in a relationship with you. It taught me, yeah, I'm not as messy as I thought. I'm more tired. Like I can become messy when I'm, just so tired that I start to just like let things pile up because like I need better organization skills and I need to care about your stuff more and put them up after I do something uh, that I might not be the easiest person to live with, and I can do better. I can see what things I need to do better. It's not saying that I don't see things that you could do or things that I would want you to do. But this isn't like I feel like you're like I could say those things to you if you ask, and if there's a time where I'm like I feel like if I need to bring it up, I can, and it doesn't have to be a slight. I feel like you would take it and be like, oh yeah, I can understand. Right now, you don't have any. I don't have anything that I need to give you because you're not doing anything wrong. But like the more that we live together, I feel like hey, if there's a point of conflict, we can squash that right then and there. Like I don't have to let it linger. I don't have to wait until you're in a good spot. Like if you said, hey, like I said, hey, can I pull you for a chat real quick? I can tell you, you could tell me, hey, right now, I'm not in a place to receive anything that you're saying. And I can hear that. Okay, when do you think you will? If you said I don't know, but I will pull you when I am. And I promise you I'll give you that time. I feel like that's what you would do. Like and sometimes I can recognize when you need some space. I can see when you need something, or like I can give you a recommendation, or at least I can put it in your general vicinity. And if you gravitate towards it, like it's those little things. I'm like, hey, here's some milk chocolate over on this thing. Oh, I ate too much of it. I bought 2 boxes. Here's a unopened box of chocolate, milk chocolate. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, the box is gone. That's crazy. I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm glad it disappeared. Thank you for helping me. But that relationship takes time and energy and dedication. And I think a lot of relationships end because it's built on that financial thing. Like a lot of good relationships end because like you're a different person when you're struggling. You're a different person when you're like good relationships start good, and then as money starts to like wane and tie, and you start needing that person as a financial like tool, you can't see them as not a financial tool. If you presented yourself like that's why red pill content messes me up, and then it's been an hour, so we'll check it up pretty soon. But like that's why red pill content is bad for young boys and young girls, because it's like you don't have to be the provider. I want to be your partner. I like to buy you things, but it's like if you're coming at women like, hey, I have this, I have that, I have this, and women come to you, that's all you're there for, and that's how you present it. Like I don't care how much stuff I have or how little. I come as I am. If I didn't have that stuff or I did have that stuff, Like when I was talking to you, I know I mentioned some stuff, but I didn't like say, "Hey, I could take you away from all this. I own my own house. You can come live with me." I didn't do any of that, did I?
No.
Like I said the truth. I said, the whole situation, weird. But I won't say weird because it was the way it was. But like authentic. Like I didn't lie to you.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people they make like the truth of it is red pill content comes because you're hurt. Everything comes from like a genuine place. Makeup, cults, all of it. Like I can see the hurt. Like why people join because they don't know themselves. They're afraid they're not going to be loved. They're afraid that people are going to find out their secret. That people are going to see them as who they are because they think themselves ugly. Like even a narcissist suffers from low self-esteem because a person that is truly confident, who truly loves themselves, they don't really have to say or do anything for what they are doing. Like someone that truly loves their work can't tell other people how much they love their work because they're too busy loving their work. They enjoy the day or the sunlight or the way that the sun hits their roof. They like to stare at the ceiling. Or at least that's for me. I like to sit here with my girlfriend. And I hope that she likes to sit here with me.
I do.
And like the reason that I wanted to make this was so people could see, just like an evidence, one piece of evidence. I think that too often that people try to show like relationship goals, and the truth is like it just so happens to be, I feel, relationship goals, but the goal is always to just be with someone that you love. I hate watching like Love Island or those family channels or all of that because it's like so contrived. It's so forced. It's like, hey babe, say you love me. Say you love me for the camera. Say something sweet and poetic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gotta like sometimes I say I love you like a fart. Love it. Smell the cream cheese. Like, and exactly, I love it. It's like I love to laugh. And sometimes I show love in not my indifference, but my distance. If I love you and you're not acting right, and I'm being distant towards you, but you could call me anytime, I'm still gonna pick up.
Mm-hmm.
But my distance is telling because I'm not putting up with that behavior because I don't believe that's what you should be doing. And I don't have to talk shit about because like my family, we're at odds right now, right? Oh, you hungry? Okay, bro.
Wait, that wasn't my stomach. I don't think.
No, that was yours.
No.
Okay, we're gonna go get some food. But I'll say this. So my family, we're at odds right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not doing it because I like to do it. I love my family. I die for them. Okay, maybe. But I can't tolerate their behavior, and I say that the greatest punishment that I can give them is to show them that I'm right. And the best way to show them that I'm right is to show them like how me doing my action and what I'm recommending, living what I'm saying, and I'm happy, and I'm watching them watch me be happy. And they're going to be angry, but the more that I'm away from them, they're going to ask themselves, what am I doing? Like if everything that they see me doing, I'm always happy, and then when I get around them, like I got an issue, they're gonna be like one day, what's his problem? What's his deal? They're gonna get tired. Like the best thing that you could do is get bored or tired, because when you're bored or tired, you stop lying to yourself. because like they're not lying to me. They could tell me all day, um, like I'm the issue, I'm the problem. I'm like, okay, I'm not denying them. If they feel like I am, and me being away from them, I'm like, then I'm not your issue anymore. I'm self-sustaining. I'm gonna handle my own stuff, or the stuff that I need to handle is being handled. But anything else, no. And then they're gonna be like, well, I this isn't getting handled. I'm like, that's not my issue. Like I'm content. I'm happy. That part of that place, that's over there. So then when they're like, I want this place to be clean. I want this place to be clean. One day they're either gonna clean it or they're going to leave and find another place and they're gonna wreck it. But it's always gonna follow them. And maybe that's what they need. Sometimes you need to have a falling out to be like, I can't stand it here anymore. I don't like it here anymore, and I'm gonna go somewhere else. And then you might run into the problem by yourself with nobody else to help you, or you might find somebody who's your exact same match and give you the taste of your own medicine, or you might find someone that actually helps you clean. That's what I realized, that maybe I might be dirty. That's true. I won't say dirty, messy. I might be messy, but I have somebody to help me clean that mess, or help me help myself clean that mess. And they see that, and they see how that basement is like the representation of us. I can't do it all in one day, but I don't have to. When I take you back, and when you see it progressively get cleaner or things get done, it's gonna show how much you changed and inspired me. But I'm not gonna let you starve any longer. So forget it.